appreciate everyone that stopped by. We'll have a little bit of issues. I wanted to get this on Twitter. For some reason, Twitter is not working correctly. So we are going to just go on with it, the process, and do the best we can on what we got. So we're just going to go from there. So, all right. And I'll just have to post it on Twitter, but I appreciate anyone that has stopped by. This is my first time doing a mock draft. I'm very excited for this as well. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, set your notifications. I am a new channel. So I appreciate you if we get to 1,000 subs as well for my first goal, and I greatly appreciate it. And we can get monetized, and that way I can actually start maybe paying some players to come on to interview them or what have you as well. Anyway, let's get right into it. Obviously, we're gonna go with our team, San Francisco, right? We'll put on slow. How many number of rounds? We're gonna do 7 rounds. Do it at a slow rate. All right. So as we see right now, I'm just waiting for our turn. See, Abdul Carter was the first one off the board. All right, so Abdul Carter was the first one off the board. Travis Hunter goes 5th. Surprising that he went 5th. Shedeur goes to the Jets. Wow. This draft is already shaping up to be a little bit more different than I thought it was going to be. I see Shedeur going. All right, here we go. So we have a trade offer. Detroit has offered us for the 11th pick in the draft, pick number 28, pick number 60 in this year's draft, and 2026 second round and a 4th round pick. Detroit wants us back. I mean, this is a great. 49ers have 11 picks already. We can counter this. Let's counter this, right? We'll counter this. So let's say, hey, give us your third. Give us your 2/3. You want our pick that bad? Give us your 28th, your 60, 102, and your 130. How bad do you want it, Detroit? You are a division rival, so we can't let our foot off the gas. Instead of 2026 4th, we want a 3rd. We want a 2nd and a 3rd. Let's see what they say. This is our proposal, right? Now, there are some players that are still on the board. Shamar Stewart is still on there. Tyler Warren, is there, but we don't want to go. Tight end is great, but we already, for some reason, John Lynch decided to pay a backup tight end $20 million, which makes no sense. Just because he was good at blocking. And we have Markel Williams, who is our target. Markel Williams is our target. All right, but no one knows this except for us, right? No one. This is awesome. This is dope. So no one knows that Markel Williams is our target. The question is, he is the second best edge rusher that is available right now. Now, we are looking to go draft edge. Okay. Edge is our big team of need, or D tackle. But edge, we need someone that can come across on the other side and free up from always double teaming and triple team Nick Bosa. So we're gonna risk this, and we're gonna go all in. We are at a half rebuilding stage right now. We are at a half rebuilding stage, and you know, we have to make drastic moves. We have to hit at least half of these draft picks. So, what's the best way to hit on both of these draft picks? By creating more draft picks. Oh, our trader was rejected. Okay. They said no. They said no. Okay. So we got another trade offer, right? Let's see. Trade offer. They said, oh, we'll still give it to you. But we're not. But let's counter again. Let's counter again. Let's say, okay. Give us your 102. At least give us your 102. Your 102 and your third. Ah. We do want to trade. We want to trade. But they're not accepting. They are dead set on this. I say, give us your 102 and your fifth from next year. And we can trade up and try to see if we can get a 4. Oh, looks like we got it. Hold on, let's see. We were able to pull. Let's see if we can pull that extra third round pick for this year and a fifth from next year as well. Nope. They're dead set. Let's try it again. Okay, maybe we're asking for too much. So let's just see if we can get a. Give us the 130. Give us this. We don't want the 4th next year. We have to hit on this draft. We don't want your 4th. Give us your 3rd. So we're able to pull a 3rd, okay? They did get Shamar Stewart, but that is not who we want, though. He is a great pass rusher. This is who we want, you guys. We want Mykel Williams. We want Mykel Williams. He's still on the board. He may go. If he goes, that's okay. We're going Jahdae Brown from Texas. If he's off the board, you know, we're going to hit in this draft. We're going to hit by all means necessary. We're gonna our bread and butter is going to be the second and third rounds are going to be where we're going to make our money at. All right, Tennessee says, "Hey, we'll give you a 35th. We'll give us our 35th. We'll give you a second for next year. We are already stacked up next year, so we're like, no, we'll counter it. Watch this. Watch what we do. We're gonna counter this. Give us your 35." And you're 103. And they rejected it. Okay. They don't want to give up that second round pick. Now let's look who's on the board first. We have Jahil Campbell from Alabama. We have Nick Scorton. And we have, look at all these D tackles, these edges. Kenneth Grant. Kenneth Grant from Michigan is still there. Our next pick is 43. I don't know if he's going to be there. That's who I want to draft as my D tackle. I want Kenneth Grant. I know Jahil Campbell is going to be there. We do need a linebacker. He can come off as a blitzer. Very similar to, they want Jahil Campbell. This is who they want. This is who, who is it? Who is it? The Tennessee wants. They want Jahil Campbell. 100%. I believe they do. We are desperate need of a linebacker. Bad. Okay. So, with this said, we're going to... Kenneth Grant is still there. Mike Green is there. Mike Green and Kenneth Grant from Marshall is there. Talik Williams is there. A lot of edge. So the edge is really strong right now. What about linebackers? Linebackers, Jaheed Campbell is going to be the one. So it's a significant drop off. So D tackle. There's some good D tackle. Kenneth Grant is still there. That's who I'm shooting for. TJ Sanders will be my second pick. We need an edge rusher. Mike Green will be my other pick if he's there. Mike Green from Marshall. And let's see, JT Tahumolu from Ohio State. London Jackson is pretty good too. But we're going to stay. Hold on, what was the trade offer again? Oh, jeez. Yeah. So, we're going to go with the best available player right now. We need a linebacker. He was projected to go 22 in the draft. Grant is still there. So there's some good corners there. It's a little bit of a drop off, but we're going to hit on these corners in the third round, late second, third round. We're going to have to hit on, we're going to draft a safety too. There's some good safety still on the board. We're going to hit Nick Scronton is there. Most athletic piece of pass rush in the class. He's wise beyond his years. Great arsenal, rushing moves, well developed NFL frame, is NFL ready. Heard is a draft stock. One natural 265 will still be offered. His edge set improving his advantage density. Mike Green and Mike Green. Mike Green is what that will be our second pick if he's still there. Is Mike Green. All right. We need a linebacker. This is one of our weakest spots on the team. D Winters is pretty decent, but come on, what are we doing, right? We need. So we're gonna draft Jaheed Campbell out of Alabama. Probably the third best linebacker. And we have someone that can now line up well with Fred Warner. All right, so Mike Green is still there. Fuck. Mike Green is gone. Tahumolu is our pick. Chargers say, hey, we'll give you 55, 86, but 86 is actually a good pick. Problem is, the edge rushers kind of drop off. There are two edge rushers we want on the board. Kyle Kennard is a sleeper. Let's look at this. Kyle Kennard right here is a sleeper. He is a sleeper pick right here. So that's who our backup would be. How far down will we go? London. Let's see. London Jackson, athletic brand, personal autism, pass rush. For size may not be the same tier. His ability to win outside with handwork, national movement makes him a destructive plenty inside. Okay. So, all right. Oops, my bad. All right, so, tell her who is a good rusher too. He's an edge setter too. So one through his chest. He can play the run too as well. That's who he's projected at 76. We got to move down 12 spots. Our next pick is 43. $60, $75. Yeah, this does nothing for us. Yeah, this does nothing for us. Unless they want to counter. We'll say, hey, give us... You know what? I think we got enough picks in this draft. Now, we'll trade up. We'll trade up some of our picks to see if we can get a better player. But right now we're good. So we need an edge rusher, right? So we have TJ Talahu and London Jackson are our picks. Now, we are going to draft more than one edge rusher in this draft. 100%. So we're going to make sure we're going to hit. So one of these players are going to hit for us. So we might have to draft 2 of each position. We might be done by the 5th round because we're going to move up. We're going to try to move up. We don't care too much about those other picks. We have to hit or our job is in danger. We won 6 games last year. And if we don't win and turn this around, Jay is going to get rid of me and Kyle. So we have to make sure we hit this draft. And I know Robert really likes some of the draft prospects. So has his list, and JT is on his list. London is on his list. Well, Kalnok is on his list as a sleeper. But D tackle is an issue. And look who's on the board. The guy that we wanted the whole time is still there. So we're going to draft Kenneth Grant, Michigan. So we've already addressed 2 needs already. We will draft 2 needs of our defense. We've hit very heavy. We drafted back, got more picks for this draft. We made a deal with Detroit. We forced their hand to give them us more higher picks and give us a higher pick. I think they gave us the 2nd and 3rd round next year as well. Detroit is trying to go on all in the Super Bowl. We are trying to get back to being that competitive team. We're okay with it because we forced them so much to give up a lot. Okay, let's see who comes off the board. Cleveland says, hey, we'll take your 60 pick and we'll give you a fourth, and you'll take our 67 pick. Now, Cleveland has we are stack heavy on our draft, so there's not a lot we need right now. We have look at all these picks we have, you guys. We don't need picks anymore. If you're gonna hit us with something, you gotta hit us with like a third round pick. You know what I mean? Or a second round pick. Because even though they're gonna hit us with a 4, now next year it would help give us another 4. But we are all about this year. We are all about this year, and we have to hit this year. This is a year pivotal for our organization. And, we don't want to pass up on any really good players. Corner is a heavy issue right now. So corner is an issue that needs to be addressed. Shadarius Ward is gone. Some of the corners are still kind of young. We don't know how they're going to pan out. We do have a shutdown corner that we can move in and out of the slot as well. He can play any position, and the Norrell Lenore. But we need corners. We need high-level top corners. So these are what we got on the board. We have Thomas from Florida State, 6'1", 197. Is athletic, versatile defensive back. Tools to play multiple positions. Exactly what Robert Saleh loves, a corner that can play inside out and maybe move him to safety if he needs to. Possesses at least fluid movement, impressive closing speed, will allow cover ground quickly, disrupt plays and coverage. Thomas' excellent ball skills, showcasing ability to track the ball and create turnovers. His instinct, ball cue, enables him to diagnose plays effectively. So he's cerebral on top of it. And then we have Denzel Boyd, who's shown flashes, but there is a drop off. See the drop off, you guys, from 55 to 70. So we're gonna draft Azel. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this wrong. My bad. Thomas, CB corner. Okay, now our other needs we need to address is offensive guard. Now, you guys, there is a quarterback that I want to draft. He's gone. Is he gone? Is he gone? He's gone. Damn. He's gone. Damn. I'm gonna tell you who's on my board. There was one corner. Okay, Kansas City just offered us pick 95 and a third for 2076. Let's see what else they have. Look at all these picks we got. We got picks. So if anything, we would want to move up. We're going to use those late round picks and move up into the 4th or higher up in the 5th. We need to address our O-line, and we need to address it pretty quickly. We are going to draft a quarterback, and I have one in mind that that's on my list that is still there. And yep, he's still there. There was one other quarterback, but he got drafted, and that was Monroe out of Alabama. I wanted to draft a third quarterback, an elite mobile quarterback with a big arm that played in big games. But there's one more quarterback. This is him right here. Let me show you guys. This guy right here is what I'm going for. Dylan Gabriel from Oregon. May not have elite arm strength, that's fine. But he's accurate, he's experienced, and anticipates setting him apart. Poised, intelligent pass forward season, reading defenses, delivering the ball time. His athleticism adds an extra dimension, making him a backup role. And that's essentially what we need. We need a Quinn Ewers. He's not going to be there. Even though he would be a starter. Will Howard's kind of a... I don't really like immobile quarterbacks like that. So, but Quinn Edwards will be my pick, but he's not going to be there. He's projected to go 95, but if he's there, I'm going to take him. But 49ers are low on tight end, wide receiver as well. But we need to address the O-line. Okay. The O-line, Fairchild, powerful protective for the line, versatile, go down to discretion, can off the O-line, good technique, poison, fundamentals, quick feet, the way you handle speed rush. Lack of experience is a concern. You could be more, you could need to develop more. How those starts are in the SEC. Alright, we're going to draft Dylan Fairchild, offensive guard from Georgia. Okay, so now we have addressed. Did we address all of our needs? We addressed Alabama, linebacker, so tackle, corner, guard. Okay. Corner will be, well, we did draft corner. Maybe draft another corner. We have not drafted edge rusher. Oh, he's gone. Damn it. They just took him. All right. Jared Oliver's flashes of a flash plan, but his heavy feet are his ceiling. Oh shit, he's not very athletic. This is the guy right here. Jack Sawyer, Ohio State. But we don't want to go. I feel like we need to adjust the safety position as well. This guy is, Kevin Winston Jr. is a different type of guy. Jack Sawyer is still going to be there. That's who I'm going for. The pick for my edge. So he's still going to be there. Quinn Edwards is still there. Scatterboo is still there. We have not adjusted wide receiver position. Tight end. We're going to draft the tight end. I just don't know where we would go with that since we signed one in free agency. Kevin Winston Jr. is probably going to be our pick if he's still there. We're going to address the safety position. I feel like we need to make sure we had a Hufanga that left. and granted, we did have good safety player from our young players, but we want to make sure that we have another player at a top level from a top school that compete as well. So we're gonna go Kevin Winston Jr. if he's still on the board. He's marked at 70. What are the needs? What are Tampa Bay's needs? Do they show that? Hold on. I don't want to go off the simulator, but so I don't know what Tampa Bay's. I don't know a ton of what their needs is. We could move up, but if we move up, then we're gonna let's see if we can move up with Tampa. We'll give you our 100th and our 5th round pick, and we'll take your 96th pick. All right, so we're gonna move up, and we're gonna grab. We're gonna grab Winston Jr. How can I not draft him? Huh? Why is it not letting me draft him? Resume draft. Okay. Bam. We got him. So we got Kevin Winston Jr., probably one of the top safeties that was still on the board. That adjusts our safety position. Okay. Our next pick is at 113. Like I said, we want to make sure we hit on some of these players. We also want to build depth at a high level as well. Jack Sawyer is still on the board. We're gonna go edge. David Walker is a dynamic, explosive head rusher with a relentless motor, knack for creating chaos. He displays a quick first step, impressive acceleration, allowing him pushing a quarterback. And Walker's hand usage, pass rush will enable him to share blocks, to show plays off the edge, and run defense. He shows good pursuit angles, ability to edge effectively. His high energy and physical make him constant pressure on the field. He needs to add strength and refine his technique as he makes a step forward FC's level to a high caliber offense. What about let's see, so every team showing as a standout. You've heard transfer to Miami's high level now stream. Your major breakout where he expected to challenge and dominate offensive linemen. So some of these players are getting to a point where the tackle is another issue as well. Um, We did address D tackle Kenneth Grant and the was that second round, second, third round, something like that. All right, let's go David Walker. I don't like FCS players too much, but they're saying he's dynamic. Yeah, he's able to play really good run defense as well. Fucking FCS player, man. Day 3. Savion Jones is a day 3 pick. All right, let's go David Walker. Please don't let me regret this shit, bro. For real. So we went David Walker. Edge. We have yet to address any of our wide receiver, running back. We have running back room that needs to be addressed. A lot of running backs in this draft. You can also pass block. Develop into a bigger role. Might be a potential 50 pick in the draft. Injury snapped. But from leaving him Sanders back in. So his injuries, his mobility went down after his injury. What about Jordan James, Oregon? You don't take contact very well. How about quarterback? Dylan Gabriel's still there, right? I feel like we need a third quarterback. We don't know what issues with Brock Purdy that's going on. We don't know if Mac Jones is really going to pan out the way we want him to. Here's a question mark. And a third quarterback that is Dylan Gamble has elite arm. He may not have elite arm strength, but he has the athleticism. It's not a long house, so we're going to kind of wait on that. Maybe draft a quarterback in the 5th or 6th round. Running back, kind of where we're at. Wide receiver, we're trying to trade Brandon Ayuk. He went off the board that I noticed that. Okay. Six one 183 has all the tools. 9.61 rating. PFF. We need offensive players as well. We do need to make sure we got some old linemen. Jackson Slayer could be a good pick. Problem is he's played at the level he's played at is not the best. You know what I mean? Could draft another D tackle, another edge player maybe. or might just go with the best player available. And I think that's what we're going to do. We've addressed all the needs we need in the draft. So we're going to go with the best player available. We can use another wide receiver. Brandon Aiyuk may not be there. Brandon Aiyuk is coming off an injury. We don't really know how strong he's going to be this year. It may not come on until the middle of the season, due to his injury. So we're kind of banking. We need some. Purcell needs some help. So we're gonna go. Is Fenton that explosive? He is. Okay. So we're gonna make a trade with. We're gonna propose a trade with Pittsburgh. We'll give you our 130, and we'll give you a 6th-round pick for your 123. All right. So we're able to move up. We gave him a 6th-round pick, and we gave him our 130 pick. We're gonna go explosive. We're gonna go Ty Felton, a wide receiver. This will help with our receiving core that's been kind of depleted as well. Okay, so our next pick is 138 on the clock. Let's see. Could draft another corner. Maybe another D tackle. So Jacob Parrish is a type of dog that Robert Saleh likes for a corner. He can come up on the line of scrimmage, blitz, all that stuff. We're just looking to draft who is the best player available. And CJ West looks like. CJ West looks like the guy. So if he's still on the board, we're going to draft another D tackle. That shores up enough. Another player, worst case scenario, could be a rotational player. Worst case scenario. But CJ West is not a rotational player. If he's there, we'll take him. This is our allies. Let's see if we can, well, not our allies, it's the rivals. Let's see if we can move up to the Eagles. We'll give you our 138. We'll take your 134. And we'll give us your 6th-round pick. All right. So we moved up. We're going to take... Oh! Baltimore says, hey, we'll give you our 136 and our 212. We are stacked in this draft. So we don't need that. We're trying to draft for now. So we declined their pick, and now we're going to draft CJ West, defensive tackle, to go along with Kenneth Grant, to play right next to Kenneth Grant. Now we have another top player who has excellent abilities that can play right next to Kenneth Grant. And now CJ West. And also was the best available player at the time as well. So that's where we're at. I think Baltimore wanted him, I think. I'm not too sure. Now we're going into the 5th round. So we're just adjusting the needs of the team. We haven't really done much on offense. I'm just keep it real. We have a backup quarterback. We have a starting quarterback. Defense was really trash last year. Bill said, hey, give us 170, 173. We can counter. Shit. Adding another pick in the draft. Going down 30 spots is crazy, to be honest. So, we're going to reject. We can counter it. They don't have nothing. Unless it's next year's. They would have to give us like a 4th or a 5th. I don't think they're going to do that. Yeah. I wonder who they want. My hunch is that it's my hunch is Jordan Phillips is who they want. But we already drafted 2 D tackles. This is going to be, I'm going to let you guys know. Me and Cal are going to draft defense heavy. This is going to be a defensive heavy draft. So buck up your seatbelts. There ain't going to be a ton of offensive players coming off the board. Probably into the later rounds. Defense, we feel like we have a lot of offensive playmakers on our team. We did draft one wide receiver that was elite, and that was Ty Felton in the third. Is that the third? Yeah, 3rd round from Maryland. Explosive wide receiver that can do it all and block. So we did draft a wide receiver to go along Ricky Pearsall, just in case we trade Brandon Ayuk. If not, then we just added another player as well. And depending on what Brandon Ayuk does this year, we can also trade him, try to trade him in the middle of the season, during training camp, or next year, depending on how he does. So we have that back. We have that as well. We've addressed every need we needed in a draft. D tackle, corner, linebacker, edge. Everything has been addressed. So now we're just going with the best players available, and we're stacking. We're just stacking the players now. We're just stacking it. So what I mean by stacking it is, okay, we needed a D tackle. Let's go. We got 2 of those. Okay, so we're not gonna draft that. Corner, we drafted 1 corner. Let's draft another one. We're stacking another corner. Stack another linebacker. Stack another edge. Stack another old guard. Similar to that, but we want to go with the best available player at those key positions as well. I'm thinking about drafting a running back as well. Since we did get rid of our running back, Dan Martinez is a guy that's explosive. Uh, he's learned to take hits. Um, he can pass rush. He can come off and uh, be a really good player for us. But is he the player if Wisham gets if Cal Magani, I can't pronounce his name very well. Rutgers is also another guy that Raheem Sanders as well. Um, Best available player, quarterback. Dylan Gamble is still there. Um, D tackle, Jordan Phillips is still on the board. So I'm surprised he's still on the board. We have the next pick. Uh, so corner has been an issue. But there are still some corners that are still on the board. Like but they aren't coming off projected to come off until yeah, we don't want him. Jabir Muhammad is from a big school, excelled at every facet available. Problem is he's 5'10". They for some reason I don't know why they're still on it. But they're on like 5'10". Is small for a corner, perhaps, but that doesn't mean that the guy is. But he's there. Another linebacker from Oregon, Jeffrey Bessa. Not a good run defender. Just has some issues. He can play all spots. Jabir Muhammad, quick movement, shot cannon. It's an Oregon guy. Him and Denoa Lenore can build camaraderie with each other. Um, I already drafted 2D tackles. This is tough, you guys. This is tough. Um, Darren Martinez. Jordan James. Yeah, we're gonna draft for another running back, but we're just gonna kind of chill on the running backs. Wide receiver. So I want guys from like, the SEC, These guys are far back here. I mean, could draft another tight end. He's not a good blocker. He's more of a elusive tight end. He's a receiver tight end. Who is the best player available? He's not a very good blocker. Jeffrey Bassa. There's another choice. Oh man. We could literally just get this draft over with, to be honest. All our picks have been adjusted. Literally, all our players have been adjusted. Any trade offers? 152. Yeah, I don't want those. Um, Now we're gonna draft Jameer Muhammad from Oregon. Big play corner. Has excellent mobility, route recognition. Has played for Oklahoma State, Washington, and now Oregon. Even though he's 5'10", he has quick twitch and ball tracking skills. And it's kind of who I want to get another corner. Want to stack corner because I do feel that if Thomas from Florida State doesn't, we need depth at the corner position. We need an elite type potential. I believe Jahab Muhammad gives us that elite type potential. Jordan Phillips has been there the whole time. He just hasn't played a lot. So fuck it. We're gonna load up on D tackles. One of these D tackles are gonna hit. I told you guys it's gonna be a defensive heavy draft. We're gonna go defense, defense, defense. We have explosive players on the offense. Have a lot of money playing these players on offense. That was the best available player, by the way, too. Jordan Phillips was the best available player. All right, we're solidified on the line of scrimmage. Okay. I mean, we're elite on the line of scrimmage right now. If these guys are going to pan out for us, I really believe that. So now we're going to go back to the O line. For us, trenches, we protect Brock Purdy, Mac Jones, whoever the quarterback is going to be. Probably Brock Purdy if they were smart. If they were smart, it would just probably be Brock Purdy. But we need to protect our quarterback. So we're gonna go again. We drafted a offensive guard in the third round, third round, something like that, third round, from Georgia, Dylan Fairchild, but who is pretty much as good as you can get. SEC guy. We like SEC guys, and that's the type of guys we want to get on our team. We have not adjusted offensive tackle position. I know guard is our really bad weakness. We have Miles Frazier from LSU, SEC guy. His agility is the issue. He's not projected to come off until the next round. If he's still there, I'll grab him. I'm going to draft a running back with my next pick. My next 3 picks are going to be all offensive players, potentially. Let's see. But I'm on special teams. Kateen Crawford. If he's there, I'm going to grab him. Some of these players are definitely would sign and make these screens a little bit bigger. Not too big though. Forget it. We'll just go to next scene. But some of these players are going to we're going to draft on unsigned free agents. So that'd be kind of cool if they had us do that. Special teams players, kicker. Let's see a kicker from Pittsburgh. I don't know why they're that. Definitely a kicker, 100%. Would not be addressed until the. So one thing we did pull was we were able to grab a second round draft pick from Detroit. Detroit gave us our second. So now we added a pick for next year's draft. We added a second round pick. All right, so pretty much we're just kind of seeing where we're at. Okay, Jabbar Muhammad, I had a feeling he was going to go. Next player available. At this point, we got our players, so we're just kind of addressing our needs again. We already got D tackles. We drafted 3 of them, so we don't need any more D tackles. Corner would be a position of need. Linebacker and edge. I do like Kyle Maganik. I can't pronounce his name. and he's getting the red zone. He is projected to go 156, and I'm at, what's our next player? Oh my goodness. My next player is at 227. So unless I move up, 227, 252, 249. Jeez. If we draft another corner, you guys. Okay, we have Noah Williams, the kind of guy like Robert Saleh likes. He can play outside corner, and he can come in as box safety as well. He does have an issue to grab that jersey though. Had 9 pass PBUs, 7 interceptions last year. Always looking to make big plays. He's a good press corner as well. He can blitz too. He can tackle too. All right, so Noah Williams looks like the guy as far as a corner. Best available player, offensive tackle. Did we adjust that? We did not adjust the trenches. The trenches is where we want to be at. So, offensive tackle. Trey Wegig, Indiana. So, this was a trench heavy draft, with the exception of Ty Felton and Thomas from Florida State. Those are just explosive. Those two players are just too explosive not to take those two guys. We got an explosive wide receiver and an explosive corner. Just in the second, third, we had to take those guys. Now we're just kind of, we got our trend. We're gonna go. I knew it was gonna be a trench heavy draft, defensive heavy, but we got our old linemen. We have 227. Let me see if there's anyone coming off the board that I want. I need a running back. So I'm gonna move up. And I'm gonna grab David Martinez from Florida. We got rid of Jordan Mason, right? We're gonna go to our old friend Jim Harbaugh. Say, give us your 181, your 199. and your 209. We'll give you our 252 and a 4th-round pick. So now we're back. So this is what we did, you guys. We went back into this draft. We went back into this draft, and now we're back in the later rounds. We're going really heavy. This is all-in draft. We went back in. We gave them a 4th-round pick. They gave us 3 picks. And we moved up. We moved up and we took 2 more picks. So now we are heavy, heavy. We got 181, 199, 209 just came to us. Worst case scenario, we can use these 2 right here to move up if we need to. But right now we are going for Damien Martinez, who is an explosive player. Literally says it, explosive player. Between the tackles, can shrug off defensives off of first contact. And his top end speed is not the best, but that doesn't matter. They said that about Derrick Henry, right? Alright, so that didn't matter. So we're already trench heavy, but we're going to go running back to help with our issues with trading Jordan Mason. So we're going to draft Damien Martinez from Florida. Miami, Florida. All right, so I see an old guard here on my draft. Struggles a little bit. I do see Jordan James up here. That name rings a bell. Struggles. How many corners did I take, you guys? I took 1. I did not take another corner. I feel like I need to drop to another corner. Struggles with fast receivers. What about Jalen Smith from USC? He can play the box. Oh man, this guy is amazing. He can play every position. This is the guy I want. Where are we at? 199? Oh my gosh. Let's trade up with our defensive rivals. I know they may reject us, but it can't hurt, right? We'll give you our 199 and we'll give you 249 for our 90. They rejected us. I thought they were. They're definitely going to do that. They're not our friends. We'll give you our 209 and our 259 and for your 90. Yeah. So let's try to see what we can do with Seattle. Let's see if we can move up. We want Jalen Smith. That's who we're going with. Let's try Cleveland. We got 209. 207. We will do both of these pitches. 207, 292. No. Say they want we're being greedy. I'll get it. We're being greedy. I want to keep my 199 pick. They have some good picks at 192, 200, and 255. Damn, they got a lot of picks. I'm not giving away a third round pick. All right, we'll give you our current pick and 249, Cleveland. You give us 192. Yeah. So we just have to wait, you guys. Hopefully he's still there. Hopefully he's still there, you guys. We're going to resume the draft. We're just going to wait now. We're going to go corner for sure. We want to go Jalen Smith, USC. Please be there. Please be there. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. We're almost there. We got 2 picks left. Come on, Green Bay. Don't draft him. Don't draft him. Yes! Yes. He's there. This is why. This guy is amazing. He is a sleeper pick. He's 5'10" when he said, but that's fine. Let's read his profile. Is a cornerback. He has average size and length. That's okay. But he can play box safety, free safety, slot corner, outside corner. He's good with his hips. Ability to stick receivers out of breaks. I mean, he has great footworks. You know, so there's some things that he can work on. He can blitz pretty good. Put pressure on the quarterback, and he can read plays around the line of scrimmage. Very good run defender. Very good open field tackler. Who does this guy remind you of? Does this guy remind you of somebody? Yes, he reminds me of Jimmy Ward. That's who he reminds me of. So that's why we're going to draft Jalen Smith, Mr. R. Jimmy Ward, for Robert Saleh's new defense. All right, so there's still some players on the board. Our picks is pretty strong. We drafted back with Detroit. We were able to put up a second round pick, I think. Did we get a second round? Yeah, we got a second from Detroit by drafting back to their spot for next year. So we got a high level pick for next year's draft. So we have 2 for second round picks. We got Kenneth Grant. We're able to sit back and get Kenneth Grant. Thomas, Fairchild, Winston. This draft is really knocking it out of the park. Heavy in the trenches, but explosive corner, explosive wide receiver as well, explosive running back as well. Sitting there, just sitting there. We have the 209 pick and the 207. And is that it pretty much? Oh no, we have 249 too. Okay. So we already drafted. We already drafted the running back, Dan Martinez. You know, Alabama, Q Robinson, 6'4", 243. Later versatile edge defender known as quick cross helps the backfield, so it's good height. However, speed, Robinson flexibility, and to bend the corner edge. However, his limited playing experience. Edge and boss, so strong lineman. Has potential to become a dynamic pass specialist. So at this point in a draft, we're picking players that are, you know, I'd rather draft a guy with high upside. I'd rather draft a guy with high upside then draft just a okay player, you know, from a small school that just puts up a bunch of stats. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how my way of thinking is. Um, I'm going best available right now to be perfectly. We want a quarterback. If we draft a quarterback, the elite arm talent, you know, coming soon. What the fuck does that mean? So I'm already drafting. It's too late. Some of these guys I can sign as unrestricted free agents. Trying to throw 40 interceptions. Lacks arm strength. See, these guys I can sign. You know, gives up big plays. So the guy we drafted here, Jaden Smith, can actually play safety. He's played all spots. So, you know, we got our safety covered again. So he's like we drafting. We got a hybrid with our Jimmy Ward right here for UFC. That's a steal. That's a sleeper pick. All right, so we already went heavy in the trenches, maybe a corner. Um, at this point, it's not a lot. Dude, how many edge rushers we have? We got maybe draft another edge rusher. Um, has high upside. Is Taylor Batty from BYU. He's another edge guy. We got to make sure one of these edge guys can stick. Um, I always look at SEC as the cream of the crop when it comes to players. Uh, Q Robinson. He just hasn't had a lot of playing experience. But you know what? We need to let's make sure we draft heavy in the trenches. So let's go get a guy with a huge upside, just hasn't played a lot, that comes from a big school, SEC, and has been just sitting there being overlooked for some reason. We're gonna go draft Q Robinson. Um, Alabama. His upside is athletic, versatile edge defender known as quick, get off, disrupt the backfield. So there's good height, length, ability to gauge offensive linemen, utilize one-eye stab move, convert speed to power, has flexibility and able to bend around the edge, effective looper, and line games. He just has limited college experience. That's it. That's why he's there, sitting there. Uh, uh, we got two corners, got two safeties. This guy does it all. This guy, Jalen Smith does it all, bro. He's just, he does everything. Look, this is the fucking Jimmy Ward of sleeper players, man. This guy does everything. Shit. And he's from a big school too, man. He's wow. I can't believe Q Robinson's been sitting there that long too. I mean, we have drafted a phenomenal and picked up a second round pick for next year's draft. You can't get no better than that. I mean, the offensive players we took were just explosive, like Damian Martinez and Ty Felton from Maryland. The only receiver that I was looking up to draft, but he was already gone, was from Stanford. He is a matchup nightmare for teams. Stanford's just ass, with a quarterback situation. But he gave Travis Hunter nightmares. Travis Hunter's probably still having nightmares right now. Eric Almanor, something like that. That dude is a monster. 227. Just kind of resume the draft. At this point, we're just going to go best available player at the position of needs. We got our players. We're going to go old guard. Or 4-year starter. That's a lot of tread on the tires. That's the only thing that concerns me. Jeez, there's shit on that guy. Who wrote his draft profile? Damn. It's about running. Leger Webster from Colorado would be my pick. I'm going to grab another receiver off the board. So I like him as a receiver. I'm very familiar with him. Is he still there? Yeah, he's still there. He's at 252. But then, do we draft a tight end? Well, we gave a guy $20 million, so I don't know. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan do for blocking. And maybe give him a tight end that's like explosive, an athletic type tight end. Receiving tight end first. Oh, this guy can line up in the slot. He can line up in slot, wide, as well as traditional tight end. And can play special teams. That's his biggest big problem. I mean, that's pretty much what it is, Jeez, man. I'm not gonna lie. There's quarterbacks that are here, though. Jeez. That's lacking. I mean, I could draft one of these guys, unrestricted free agent quarterback at this point, Let's resume the draft and get this over with because, I mean, at this point, it's drafting the best player with the best upside. We have 2 picks left and they're pretty close to each other. So, and then we're done, I believe. And we're going to go. Oh no, man. At this point, it's like, you know, propose a trade. Cleveland's got some good trades, right? So we'll give you our 27 or 28 if you give us a 4th or 5th round pick. No. So now I'm like, okay, I've got my draft set. I'm just gonna be real with you. None of the players are really, you know, I know Cleveland's got picks because they're trash. Jacksonville might have trims. See Jacksonville. We'll give you if you give us the 2/5. No. Let's propose a trade. We'll give you, what's another trash team? Carolina. I'll give you these 2. You give us a 5th. No. So I'm looking to trade my last 2 picks, and we can get a 5th round pick. We'll give you 2/5. I mean 2/6, 2/5 or whatever. If you give us, so that's where I'm looking at because right now, none of these players are really. Oh, this guy's just small, but he's just really good. First team All American Honor 2024. He's just short. He's just shorter than the average guard. Oh, just give me this guy then. Willie Lampkin, offensive guard, North Carolina. I'll take him then. He's just shorter. That's why he hasn't got picked yet. Okay, that's cool. All right, so we tried to trade away that pick, but it didn't work. People are dead set on what they want. And we got one more player left. We could use geez, at this point. And we're really just like, it's like, okay, what do I draft? Oh, jeez. I'm looking for a player with an upside too, with a great upside. Oh, I know what I want to draft. A kicker. One of college football's top kickers. What about this guy from Alabama? Yeah. This guy can do fake punts, and he can kick, and he can do fake punts, and throw touchdowns. I don't know, that's kind of cool. I mean, at this point, I don't know, man. Fucking Moody's still on the team. I just don't understand that. Shiloh Sanders was there at safety. Wow. They know it down. Is that bad for Shiloh like that? Alright, man, we got all our players, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. What about this guy? Corner. Oh, this will be our guy then. Lee Brensaw, huge upside Tulane. Has a 9.96 rating. Has below average skills, but it has 4. But versatile player, can line up a box, outside corner, slot corner, even some linebacker. Very good long speed ability, close out, recover with beat. Good hip ability, strong physical player who likes getting his nose dirty. Elite run defensive back. Has a front stop line. So he can come inside the box. This guy's pretty much a safety. Make this guy a safety. I mean, shit. Dynamic wide receiver. He struggles against the press. This is why he's still there. I did draft a running back, didn't I? Yeah, Dave Martinez. He's explosive. He might be bouncing heads off the ground a la Derrick Henry, but has more in his game, but pure violence. Doesn't have explosive to be considered a big play creator, but ability to drive, side of contact makes him fun. Down short yardage. Back. Oh man. I do like Wester. I'm gonna go Leger Webster. I'm gonna tell you why. He's just shorter and under. We can bulk him up, get him up to 185, 180. Has the power 5 group with 5 levels. Has 107 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 8 touchdowns in his final season for Florida Atlantic before transferring to Colorado. Very good route runner, natural separation, hips, getting breaks. He's an elite athlete with top speed very quickly. To understand how to get open against zone kind of creates open windows. As average ball winner, but can win at the catch point. Shoulder proof hands this season. Dion will be happy. That's the end of our draft. Good gosh, man. Those last two. I tried to trade away those picks at the end, you guys, for next year, but they would not budge. The crappy teams would not budge. But yeah, drafted very well. I'm impressed. I'll go over the picks one more time. Oh, here they are right here. Oops. All right, so we have Jaleel Campbell, linebacker, Alabama. Kenneth Grant, Detroit. Defensive tackle, Michigan. Thomas, Florida State as a corner. Dylan Fairchild, offensive guard, Georgia. Kevin Winston Jr., safety, Penn State. David Walker, edge, Central Arkansas. Todd Felton, Maryland. CJ West, Indiana. Jordan Phillips, Maryland. Trey Wag, offensive tackle, Indiana. Daniel Martinez, Miami. Jalen Smith, who's the Jimmy Ward of the draft. UFC, can play any position from safety, anything, pretty much. Shit, he might be able to play linebacker. The way this guy plays every position. This guy is amazing, this guy right here. Look at that, he plays everything. He plays everything, he's just shorter. Something why he didn't get drafted. Hugh Robinson's, these guys, I can't believe they're still just sitting there. We got players that with all this huge upside were just sitting there. You know what I mean? It's drafted like Q Robinson was just sitting there. Lampkin was sitting there. Wester was sitting there just because they were undersized. So, George Sanders went to Colorado. This is someone that Travis Hunter went fifth. Wow. Will Campbell, Bill Carter. Wow. Adrian Gentry got drafted. Where did Cam? Oh, Cam Ward got drafted to the Saints. Detroit wanted Shamar Stewart, and we gave it to him, but they gave us a second-round pick. And we drafted back, and we got Jahil Campbell from Alabama. So, second round, we got Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle. So we got our guards, Fairchild. I mean, we really, fourth round, we just knocked it out the park. We got an edge, elite edge rusher, David Walker. Then we got elite, we got an explosive wide receiver. Then we got an explosive D tackle to go along with Grant. From Grant that we drafted second round to play. I mean, we just knocked this draft so far out of the park. I appreciate you guys. This was fun. This was super fun. And we're going to visit this when the draft happens to see how close I was or any of these picks the 49ers drafted. They are projected to draft Kenneth Grant. So maybe they will draft him. And the second round, what have you. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Y'all take care. Till next time. Yes, sir.